The Sports Box.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Sports Box, where the only opinion that matters.
See, you were just letting me
Right here, baby! That's right, I am Mike Galetta, a.k.a. Hampton Mike, along with my partner, Brian the Ranger Tard. Oh, God, I gotta take a breath off of that. Brian, how you doing today?
I'm good, how are you?
Great.
I guess I have a little more breath than you do right now.
You know what? And I'm old, and I think I'm in shape, but I guess I'm not. So let's get to talking about it today. We're gonna do a little bit. Go ahead, give us a little content.
So
what are we going to do
today? We're going to do a little bit of a really early look at the road to WrestleMania.
That's
We're
right.
about 6 weeks out from the Royal Rumble right now. This is the time in the year that's the best time to be a wrestling fan, when you start building up to WrestleMania and everything that goes into it. Yeah, you're probably right. So again, we have our WWE correspondent here, Anthony Morel again.
Yep.
Welcome to the show. A couple things I want to go over with you, kind of get your take on. So we're to the point now where we're kind of seeing where WWE is going in building their WrestleMania card. And I think that...
We kind of have to piece it together ourselves.
Yeah.
They don't do a very good job of doing it.
Yeah, you're right. They don't give you a whole lot of help, but you can kind of see where it's going. So there's a number of matches that I think we're leading towards. I'm going to make the case as to why they make some sense. The first one I'm going to say is that in one of the main events, you're going to see Brock Lesnar take on Goldberg. And I say that because they're both in the Royal Rumble. I don't think either of them are going to win the Royal Rumble. I think they're going to basically take each other out of the Royal Rumble. But you talk about, you know, the shock at Survivor Series, Goldberg beating Brock the way that he did. And obviously that was to build up, you know, this future feud and everything like that. So, in my opinion, I think that neither of them wins the Royal Rumble, but I do think that leads to, I think, a WrestleMania
That leads
match.
to a 4-minute match at WrestleMania.
4 minute, huh?
No, it'll be longer than that,
Okay.
but you might get 4 minutes worth of good stuff out of it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, you know, again, now that's a main event type match, so I can see that being a WrestleMania match. We mentioned in our Royal Rumble preview that we thought that Triple H might be a surprise entrant in the Rumble for the sole reason of eliminating Seth Rollins, who's been basically baiting him in recent weeks on Raw. So what wouldn't surprise me is if we kind of see that storyline through.
I would love that.
Is if you see Triple H surprise in the Rumble, eliminate Rollins, and then the speculation is maybe just eliminate himself.
The protege versus the mentor.
Just be completely, you know, I came here to eliminate you, Seth, and that's all I came to do. It's a match of pedigree versus pedigree, and I think it would make a phenomenal match. I think that that's where they're leading towards.
Absolutely. And Seth Rollins absolutely has to win that match. There's no way Triple H can win that match. If he does, WWE has huge issues.
No, I agree. Big prediction here. I'm going to make a prediction on 2 matches at the Royal Rumble.
Big matches.
One of which isn't even booked yet. So, to me, I think that the AJ Styles world title defense is against The Undertaker.
Yeah, okay.
Who made his return prior to Survivor Series, when it was Team Raw versus Team SmackDown, and said that he would not let WrestleMania define his career. I think what that leads to is an AJ Styles versus Undertaker WWE World Heavyweight Championship match at the Royal Rumble, in which The Undertaker brings that belt back home one more time and is the world champion once more, to then take on the winner of the Royal Rumble, none other than John Cena. In a match at WrestleMania, one of the main events, title versus career, in which Cena takes The Undertaker down in his last match, wins the title for a Ric Flair tying 16th time, and Taker gets his title run, goes off into the sunset.
And it will literally define his career.
It will literally define his career. What do you think about that?
I think that would be genius. I think WWE should take a note out of Brian Attard's book once in a while.
Take a lot of notes out of my book.
But seriously, that would be great. Cena versus The Undertaker, they have never really feuded in that aspect. I think everybody's been wanting to see it for quite a number of years now, so that would be just a perfect way for Cena to get his 16th and for Undertaker to just ride off into the sunset.
To give that final win to the face that runs the place, so to speak. It really looks like also that Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho are going to butt heads at some point, and I think WrestleMania is a great time to do that. I do think between now and then, whether it's the Royal Rumble or sometime between now and WrestleMania, you're unfortunately going to see Owens drop the Universal title to Roman Reigns. I'm not a fan of this. I don't advocate this.
It's necessary evil.
It's the way I think that they're going. So that would free up Owens to take on Chris Jericho, which should be a phenomenal match at WrestleMania 33.
It would.
For sure. So not like another match there. Now that would leave your presumed Universal Champion Roman Reigns without a match at the biggest event of the year. What I think would make a lot of sense, and again, there's a lot that has to happen for this to happen because the superstar is currently injured, but if Finn Balor were to be healthy going into WrestleMania, Finn Balor never lost that belt. When he won it against Seth Rollins, he had to give it up due to injury. So that's a built-in storyline here. I never lost that belt. I want my shot at it. And you end up with a Roman Reigns versus Finn Balor match at WrestleMania. What are your thoughts on that?
And then, well, I can see Balor regaining his title that he never lost. And then that also sets up, once Triple H and Seth Rollins are finished, that could also set up the rematch between Rollins and Balor. And that is
towards
wrestling
SummerSlam?
gold.
Or Money in the Bank type thing?
Yep.
Fair enough.
And that's wrestling gold.
No, absolutely,
Right
100%
Unless
right.
they wait until Money in the Bank for him to come and cash in.
Yeah,
grab the belt and then cash in. Or grab the briefcase and then cash in eventually.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on there. And then you may ask, well, what happens to the U.S. Championship, currently held by Roman Reigns? Kind of the way the Ultimate Warrior after WrestleMania 6 just put the Intercontinental title and somebody ended up getting it. I think what you may see there is one of those ladder matches. Where you're going to see a lot of superstars on the Raw side go after that U.S. title in a big ladder match. I mean, 8-man. You know, they do all those kinds of things at WrestleMania.
Cool. Give some meaning to the belt.
For sure.
Than having
It's going to be aluminum or wood?
The ladder?
Yeah.
Whatever is more easily broken when somebody goes through it.
I think Michael Ellis should be the U.S. champ.
Damn right I should be champ. I've been promoting it for years. And they haven't listened to them.
So just in summary here, I think these are some plausible matches that you can build up going into WrestleMania. Again, so first and foremost, I think Brock Lesnar and Goldberg is an absolute lock and a half. I think you can book that right now. And I do think that Brock wins that match for sure. I don't think Goldberg wins his last match. And again, that could be a scenario where Goldberg gets his Hall of Fame induction, which you mentioned previously. Potentially, if a lot of things fall into place, a world title match between champion Undertaker versus Royal Rumble winner John Cena with just a ton of symbolism.
I could beat Cena.
You could beat Cena?
Puss.
This guy's talking big over here.
Look at this.
I don't know. I think Mike. I think you should start. I think you should start with James Ellsworth.
Yeah, you might want to start with James Ellsworth.
A little back. Come on. All right, I'm good. Stretching out a little bit.
Do not try this at home. We do not.
Mine, Cena. You're mine.
We do not advocate trying this at home. But yeah, so that I think would definitely be a main event type match at WrestleMania 33. We mentioned Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens. I think that's kind of fait accompli. I think it's definitely going to be a match you see there. We mentioned the likely blow-off of Triple H versus Seth Rollins, which, again, we think the Royal Rumble has some impact towards into building that up. And then, of course, who am I forgetting right now? Why am I having a mental block? I've mentioned not Baron Corbin. Finn Balor and Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns... there is one more, actually. There's one more I'm going to have a surprise at the end as well. So, Roman Reigns versus, I think, Finn Balor for the Universal title. Again, that's got a built-in storyline because Balor never lost it.
That's fine.
And...
Balor makes Reigns better there. So, go ahead.
You may say, well, Brian, where does this leave AJ Styles?
Dun, dun, dun.
Big name, right? AJ Styles takes on the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, at WrestleMania. Now, that would...
The icon.
Now, I mean, we're building a hell of a card here.
See, I'd struggle a little bit against
That was my
Heartbreak,
Shawn Michaels impression.
I'd struggle a little bit with Heartbreak, but I'd still take him.
So you take John Cena, but you couldn't take Shawn Michaels.
I'd take Cena out in a heartbeat. You kidding me? Jericho, I'd struggle a little bit. But
And
I'd still take him out.
And the AJ Styles Shawn Michaels match that Brian thinks could happen would have been great 15 years ago.
Sure.
But I'll still take it.
Absolutely. And the thing is, because it's going to leave Styles without an opponent unless you kind of rehash Ambrose again. I think that's a match that will get a lot of people. I mean, I really think that, and we talked about this in our Roadblock segment, just how bad it's been recently. I think if you get a mega card like this, you'll really pump up network subscriptions.
I also have one other possibility for AJ Styles. The Rock.
Ooh. I don't know.
He's a little bit more willing, I think, to get in the ring than Shawn Michaels, but we'll see.
We can put that on the next special after we watch Moana. So
there you go. Perfect.
Yeah. We'll have that as a side special.
I mean, there are some
San
things,
Andreas.
and again, we're not even talking about some names you may see, like Samoa Joe from NXT, like Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura. There's so much talent in NXT that can be brought up between now and then. We'll see where that goes.
There's so much talent everywhere. WWE, please do something with it and make our lives better.
I'd rather watch The Rock and Tooth Fairy. That was a great movie. Anyway, thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. We always love you. Subscribe to the show. We always get fresh content. We always have new stuff coming.
And of course, the new stuff's always on Twitter at Sportsbuck Show. It's on our Facebook page. You can go ahead and like and get all our fresh content. But also the YouTube channel, where all of our best fans are subscribing, getting our fresh content hot off the press. And we're going to have a lot more WWE content leading into the big events of the coming year, Royal Rumble and WrestleMania 33 live in Orlando.
Oh, I should have had that Taco Bell, but thanks guys for watching. I appreciate it. Remember, at the Sports Box, Anthony, hold on. Anthony, thank you. Anthony Morella, thank you for coming out to the show again.
You're so welcome.
It's beautiful having you here.
It's a pleasure.
And Brian's going to hate me in a couple minutes, so let's just end this. So,
well,
at the Sports, what's that?
I do want to, again, thank our sponsor.
Very much. I'm sorry. Our sponsor, and I got a little problem here, that's why I'm getting away from it. Our sponsor, DJ Cruz, a.k.a. Anthony Cruz. For all your booking and party needs, call him. He's a great DJ, great guy. 609-513-6395.
Now, before Mike blows the place up, go ahead and close the show.
I will, as always. Remember, at the Sports Box, the only opinion that matters is right here. It might be not here in a couple minutes, but thanks for watching, folks.
By
See
the
ya.
way, if you ever wanted Taco Bell as a sponsor, it's not a good way to go.
Oh, yeah.
I think we just, that ship just sailed.
Let's try that again. Thanks for watching. See ya.
Don't forget to subscribe.
The Sports Box.